I may have skipped a couple of screws.
I love it. She's confident that she's gonna make it to the final round. Let's go. Mistakes will happen. What matters is how you pick yourself back up. Hello and welcome to Intel Rig Rush, where we bring together some of your favorite PC modders to watch them compete. Today, we're starting with round 1, where we task our competitors to build a working PC. They have 1 hour to build a PC with the parts provided, and it has to turn on. Whatever time they have left after round 1 will be added onto round 2. And in round 2, the 2 best performing PCs in each bracket will move on to the finale. This build will feature the Intel Core i9 processor 14900K. Don't worry, they won't be judged on cable management. Yet. Let's say hi to them, shall we?
Hi, I'm Nay. I'm part of Tech Tesseract. You might know my other half by Josh. We do a lot of PC builds online, on socials, on YouTube. We also do a lot of gaming setups. I think that's initially what we were first known for, is our gaming setups and how creative we get with them.
Hey guys, my name is Josh. I am one half of the tech duo Tech Tesseract, and we build PCs.
So we're ready to start. We have 1 hour on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Let's head over to Josh right now. So Josh,
Yes.
What are you doing?
All right, we're going to be building a PC today,
Yeah.
but we're going to be using some pretty cool components. So I've got a Z790 board here from MSI, and we're going to be putting the Intel Core i9 14900K in it. I've actually got one in my desktop at home, so I do a lot of editing, so it's really important to have obviously all the cores and all that good stuff. So it's got 24 cores, 32 threads, and yeah, when I'm editing, it's just really great for performance. I actually had the previous gen as well, and I was pretty impressed with how much faster the new one is. So we are running some DDR5 memory here, which I'm hoping is in the right way.
So the good thing about the DDR5 support is that it allows for almost 5,600 mega transfers per second.
Yes, and I think this one's actually even a little bit faster as well, so I'll have to see how that works out later on. Hopefully it'll help
Have you
us.
ever accidentally destroyed a motherboard because you pushed in the RAM too hard?
Fortunately not yet, although I have seen some horror stories and horror videos of that happening, so hopefully we don't jinx it today.
What's up? How are you doing?
How's it going? It's going well.
All right, so do you have an idea as to what you want your PC to look like already?
Yeah, I actually decided to go with all black parts because I had a special theme in mind for when we do the theme PC, and I wanted all black components because I felt like gold would look better with that instead of white. So
I love it. She's confident that she's gonna make it to the final round. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of fans. That's a lot of wires. So what are you doing right now? You're attaching?
I'm gonna attach the AIO. But first I'm gonna put together all the little trinkets that go with it. The game plan for round 1, I basically wanted to put the AIO on the motherboard before I put it into the PC case. I was actually hoping that Josh wouldn't catch on to that trick, but when I looked over, that is exactly what he was doing. So maybe he peeped at me and saw what I was doing and was like, yeah, I'm gonna copy what Nay's doing. That was my little trick that I had up my sleeve that I thought I could pull out and get ahead in the race.
So I think I'm going to attach the cooler outside of the case because hopefully it'll be faster.
Same thing?
Maybe it's a gamble. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I'll probably wish I had more hands later on, you know, when I'm trying to struggle to put everything in at the same time. So my strategy is to be as organized as possible so I can hopefully just get everything done really quickly and efficiently. I'd say I'm quite logical, so I'm hoping that gives me the edge.
When building the PC, you usually want to start with the motherboard outside of the case because it makes for more space for you to work on attaching the CPU, attaching the RAM, and even the storage, and then you add it onto your case. That way you can work faster and work smarter.
All right, AIO is going on.
Did you get your fans on yet?
No, I've actually ran into a problem with the AIO. These pipes are covering the screw hole.
Wow, that is a big AIO.
Yeah, I can't get this on. Gonna have to rely on the dexterity of these fingers. At one point, I thought there must have been a problem with the AIO because I couldn't get the screw in. It was like blocked by the pipes. I even broke out the instruction manual to check that out as well. But under the stress of everything, I couldn't see that you were supposed to twist on the bracket a different way so that the pipes didn't obscure putting that screw on. So yeah, that was on me.
I saw Josh over there. He was reading the manual to his AIO, and I just thought to myself, wow, what a chump, because, you know, I didn't have to do that. I knew exactly what I was doing on mine, and I was able to get it in there and get it in the case, and I was ahead for quite a while.
So this is the first time that I've ever seen installing the AIO first and then installing the motherboard onto the case, because how I usually do it is I install the motherboard and then the AIO right after. But it's going to be interesting to see how they put it in the case. Make sure that your PC has all the components that it needs, because you will only be considered done once your computer posts.
All right, I think we've finally got it. See, this has got to be on because otherwise we're not going to have very good cooling.
Nea is making great time right now. She has her AIO and fans are also in. She still has 6 fans left here, and she's using the Lian Li fans.
I wasn't sure whether to use the ones that came with the AIO or these ones, but I'm thinking the Lian Li fans should save a little bit of time, you know, because I won't have to put in 12 screws.
Yes,
I can
exactly.
maybe get away with 4. We'll pop them on this way and then get them screwed in, and hopefully then we'll have motherboard, AIO, and fans done.
So see, this is what I want to check out with Josh, because he installed the AIO first instead of installing the fans on the AIO and installing the AIO onto the motherboard. So doesn't that pose as a struggle, or did you have a little bit of a brain fart there? Or is it all part of the plan?
You want me to say it was a wise choice, but yeah, that probably would have been a better idea, if I'm being honest.
Well, you know what? As the Intel Rig Rush, we are rushing you guys to do this, so mistakes will happen. What matters is how you pick yourself back up.
How you doing over there, Josh?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Just taking out the rest of the 2,000 screws. So I ran into a massive problem when I couldn't figure out how to get the front panel of the case off. I was looking for like screws and trying to yank it off, but yeah, this was super important because I needed to get 3 fans on the front, and I just wasn't able to do that until I took the front panel off. Yes!
Yes!
Victorious.
You did it!
That was the true competition right there.
It seems like it's gonna be a close fight. We have 35 minutes left on the clock. Let's see who gets to get the most time advantage for the next round. So how's cable management going on for you? Like, are you getting overwhelmed? What's happening here? Talk to me.
There is absolutely no cable management right now.
There's no cable management going on right now.
No.
As long as it closes,
if
that's
nobody
good enough.
sees it, it's not there.
Josh seems to be struggling connecting the power cable for the CPU onto the motherboard. What's happening, Josh?
What I'm actually having trouble with is trying to secure this motherboard because I may have skipped a couple of screws. To save some time, I decided not to put all of the screws into the motherboard. The only problem is that I forgot to put one in the top left. So I was looking at the PC from the back and the motherboard was starting to like come out. So I thought I'd better fix that.
Ney is installing her power supply unit now.
Looking for the screws.
Problem is she can't find the screws.
Got it. I was having a really hard time with the screws for the case because since it was a speed build, we didn't have time to really lay out all the screws on the table. So I was basically just grabbing what I could and hoping that it would fit because I didn't feel like I would have enough time to just sit there and analyze, oh, this is the right screw for the fans. But typically you can pretty much see what a fan screw is, but I just didn't know where they were on the table at the time.
Ney, what's happening right now? Are you just doing some cable management?
Yep, I'm just plugging in the last bit of cables for all of my fans, like the RGB and the power.
Do you ever get a little bit happy inside when you connect all the dots together with the cables?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I feel you. Right. Little joys in life. like Nay misplaced her screws for her slots, so she's taking the ones from the bottom and using it for her graphics card. Smart. See what I mean? Speed building is a lot more difficult than it seems because we only have 10 minutes left on the clock.
So the timer was running out and I was looking across at Nate and she was almost done. So I started to panic. I was like, I need to get everything, just all the essentials plugged in so I can get this thing to post.
Okay, it seems like Nay is connecting her PC to her portable monitor. All right, moment of truth.
I was pretty confident that everything on my PC was going to work. Everything was plugged in where it was supposed to be. And when I went to go click that button and it did not turn on, my heart dropped.
There's no signal. See, is it posting?
She tried to boot and ran into a problem, which gave me just a little bit of opportunity to pull ahead.
I looked at the cables, I was like, what is going on? Because I knew everything was where it was supposed to be. So immediately I was starting to think, okay, if it's not working, something's got to be going on. And I started going through it in my head. So I checked the RAM first. I reslotted the RAM 3 times and it still didn't work.
Half a minute left.
All right, I think we're ready.
Oh, man.
All right, let's see it, Josh. Moment of truth, let's go.
We have life.
Okay, so it seems like a cable got caught in one of your fans, but that's not what's important right now. What's important is as long as it closes.
Looks like we have a signal.
Oh, no!
Yes!
Yes! Good job! And we have Josh as the winner!
And then I finally reseated the RAM for the 4th time, and then the PC finally booted. But by that time, Josh had already turned on his PC, and it was the end for me. So yeah, what a sad day.
An amazing first round, a nail biter right down to the wire, but it seems like we have a clear winner. Josh, congratulations, your build posted, so you win first round. How does it feel?
Victorious. It feels fantastic. We'll just ignore the rest of the PC and just focus on the fact that it posted.
Well, hopefully you have time to fix that later on, but for now, congratulations.
So by some miracle, I somehow managed to win the first round, but I'm not out of the woods yet because we still have round 2. We've still got optimizations and overclocking to be done. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
Let's do this.
Anything with bread on it is always a good idea. So, and